In Michigan, during the 1800s, men would come to Michigan to work to cut down trees. This was called logging. This was hard work, and the men became very strong. To reach the logging camps, they had to canoe up icy rivers. They spent their evenings in their camp, relaxing around the stove, singing songs, and telling tall tales. In all the logging camps, the tallest tale of all became the story of Paul Bunyan, the hero of the Michigan lumberman. Tales come from the telling of a story over and over again. Each time someone tells the story, it gets bigger or better or greater or more wonderful. That's what happened to the story of Paul Bunyan. The most famous of the hundreds of Paul Bunyan stories is about the time he found Babe. This is the way it goes. One winter, the winter of the blue snow, Paul Bunyan found a huge cave in Canada. He decided that it would be a perfect place to read, so he moved into the cave and lived there for the whole winter. Paul Bunyan loved to read and to learn things. He wanted to read everything he could find to make himself smarter and wiser. That is what he did the winter of the blue snow. The strange blue snow had scared all of the animals. Even Paul Bunyan's dog, Niagara, ran away. When Niagara ran away, Paul Bunyan had to leave his cave to look for him and for food. That is when he noticed that the snow was not white, but blue. He looked and looked for Niagara, and when he could not find him, he became very sad. He sat down by the fire in his cave and put his face in his hands. He was lonely. Suddenly, Paul Bunyan heard a crash near the river. Thinking it might be Niagara, he reached the river in 2 leaps and waded through the 7-foot thick pieces of ice. But it was not Niagara. It was a big blue baby ox, which had fallen from the cliff. The ox was so big that Paul had to use both arms to carry him back to the cave. He laid him by the fire to keep him warm, and he fixed him some moose stew. The baby ox's mother was nowhere to be found, and Paul Bunyan did not have enough milk to feed an ox that big. Paul believed the mother was so frightened by the blue snow that when Babe was born, he was born blue. Paul Bunyan and Babe spent the winter together in the cave. Later, when the weather was warming, Paul Bunyan made the Great Lakes so that Babe the big blue ox would have enough water to drink.